Hey there, guys. It's May 2nd. It's post Beltane. Woohoo! Beltane is one of my favorites. I say that I think about all of them. I'm realizing that I really do enjoy many of them. Yeah. I'm going to read from Celtic Devotional about Beltane, since we did something else yesterday. The summer quarter of Beltane brings the gift of increased confidence and is a time of growth and greater sociability as the weather grows fine and hot. It is traditionally the time for celebrating the essential eros of the year, the vitality of summer and the joys of youth. In the human growth cycle, it corresponds to the period of young adulthood when the blood is hot, when ideas are sometimes impetuous and ambitions pursued with vigor and ardor. Beltane is a good time to celebrate the lives of all heroes and heroines, all protectors of the land, all who are involved in the innovative and the resourceful means of help, all holy ones whose great love and complements their spiritual practice with human grace. I am the calm, I am the quickening, I am the intoxication and the force. I am the silence, I am the singer, I am the stallion galloping to its source. I am the bright pavilion and the feasting, I am the wedding couple in the bed. I am the morning chorus and the heartbeat, I am the goal which all paths are led. I love that. Okay, so we're going to start off. It is Tuesday. And as I did last time, I'm going to start off with all the morning ones, and then I'll eventually get to all the evening ones, and I'll go back to all the morning ones, and I'll then skip around a lot. Opener of mornings, source of recreation, I rise up refreshed this morning. I kindle my soul from the light of summer's glory, truth in my heart, strength in my hands, singleness of purpose in my mind. The trine powers of light, life, and love be my soul's companion this summer day. Faithful to my word, I open my heart to you anew, keeper of the heart. Mighty mystery, I am recreated through the touch of your peace. Teacher of my soul, you sang the faithful song of your life with joy and courage. Give me clarity of mind as I now consider the transforming question of this day. From the depths of holy silence, I give thanks for the joy and energy of life. May all beings enjoy the vitality of their existence. I remember all who suffer in great pain and long-term illness. May the healer of hurts breathe balm and restoration into the wounded lives. May all negative, angry, and harmful attitudes I harbor within me be transformed into new and available life. The dance of summer calls my steps. May I respond to the rhythm and melody of its music. Harkening in the summer. Okay, today's cards, and for some reason I pulled 2 tarot cards, so I'm just going to go with it. I pulled Alchemy, Alchemy, and the 4 of Staves. So Alchemy and the 4 of Staves. Those are the ones for today. And Alchemy is 14. Yes, I had to look at it. 14. Okay. And the card for the Oracle is Soul Retrieval, Deep Soul Healing with the Goddess. Okay, I'm going to hold that up. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, greater power, as well as opening gifts and soul abilities you did not know you had. Isn't that pretty? Did you know that pieces of you can be trapped in the past in traumatic experiences and in relationships, even though those long since gone because of your power remains with another? This can happen because of permission subconsciously given to them to hold a piece of your spirit. Then the time comes for such permission to be revoked and a piece of self to be reclaimed and restored. Master healer and goddess of deep soul restoration, the Lady Isis now guides you to make peace with the past and reclaim lost pieces of your soul. The time has come for you to take yourself entirely into your own possession, to call back your soul from trauma in this lifetime and others, and to give yourself back to yourself, wholly and completely. In doing so, your life will flourish, infused with great energy into beautiful new expressions. Isis calls the soul back into wholeness again. Her passion, determination, unfailing love for her beloved Osiris restored him from being dismembered, distorted, and fractured into a whole divine masculine being once more. The Oracle of Soul Retrieval guides you to figure and reclaim your own power and energy in totally now, even if trapped energy is so unconscious you do not even know you are missing a part of yourself. Searching for inner pieces and places can feel incomplete or draining. Forgiveness can be a good place to begin to work more consciously. It is a hard spiritual work sometimes because we can want to be right or justified in what we feel or perceive. We don't want to be harmed again by allowing inappropriate behavior. The action of forgiveness, you are simply reclaiming your energy from the situation, person, or experience, so that it is at your disposal instead of being trapped by them or through tethers. What is most likely to occur is that the person, place, or situation will simply fall away from your life and be released. You will not be opening yourself to an attack. You will not be triggering something on their end. You will be wiser and stronger for your forgiveness and the ability that forgiveness gives you to reclaim your spirit. You will have more energy, and with no further effort, you will actually move on, not just in body or mind, but also in spirit. The more you base your work on unconditional love, which is the true nature of soul, the more powerful your work will become for yourself. Your healing gift is quite deep if you are interested in working with healing capacity. Start with forgiveness. Oh, this is a good one. So what it says is, okay, so this is the exercise. So you can walk through it if you want and play it back. I'll just read it to you. Create a sacred, peaceful place where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow for relaxation and focus your awareness. If you know your natural number, go there. Breathe into it. Feel that peace. Imagine that you can travel within, going deeper and deeper into you, until you notice that within you there is a vast open space, and within that space is a golden grid of light. Say to yourself, I call upon the master healers that love me unconditionally, including Isis that loves me unconditionally, to help me restore my soul now, to call my power back and experience greater wholeness. So mote it be. Become aware of a magnificent golden winged goddess shining love and peace upon you within your heart. Allow her to guide you deep into the golden grid of light. You notice that the grid is vibrant and alive and filled with love. Occasionally, you might notice the line of the grid is torn or broken or distorted or out of alignment with the rest of the grid. Some lines of the grid seem to be pulled out completely, leaking golden energy rather than feeding it back and circulating through the grid system. Golden winged Isis is with you now, and she sings with a beautiful voice of sound and light, sending tones of healing into the grid, causing the tears to heal, the pieces missing to be restored, and the threads out of alignment to come back into perfect harmony. Reattaching the grid of golden light until it is perfect, alive, and thriving with life force and love. It feels whole, strong, and right for the grid. Say in your heart, with thanks, feeling peace and love as you say, I now forgive any and all unfinished business which would prevent me from being in perfect soul alignment and experiencing great joy, love, and power from within. Through my own free will, with the healing grace of the Lady, so mote it be. When you are ready, open your eyes. Isis with love, unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, to release and to make myself whole, to retrieve lost pieces of my soul. Restore the inner light of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis of love, unconditional and strong, help me be whole now and finally move on. Isn't that beautiful? I think the thing about soul retrieval, there's a couple layers in this, is that soul retrieval is a really big topic. I mean, it's like a 4-day workshop, at least. But I love how they made it very simple in this, that you could do something really simple occasionally when you really need it to help you come to a place of forgiveness, help you to see your connections to the universe through a grid pattern. Because sacred geometry is a thing, and there are gifts such as patterning. That is its own kind of gift. And patterners can see the interplay connection between souls. They can see the interplay connection between multidimensional beings. They can often perceive the integral connections between your soul patterning, your soul blueprint, and other people's soul patterning and blueprint. That's a whole thing. And many patterners, the gift of patterning, mixed with dream travel or astral projection, mixed with some healing gifts, those individuals in eons past would have been your shaman healers. They would have been the ones to, if your mind, body, spirit connection had been ripped or torn, or the patterning had become disrupted, they would have been the ones to help heal you. And one of the cool things about soul retrieval in this particular exercise is that it's two things. One, they've really simplified the idea of your pattern as a grid inside of you, that you can visualize maybe something that doesn't feel right, and that you can start with forgiveness. And then also in that forgiveness, own your power, all of the layers of your power, because this is the thing. Your higher self isn't missing anything. It's not missing a thing. But when we come here, we have interpersonal connection with others. Sometimes we give people power over us, and sometimes it's just by accident, and sometimes it's by design. So for example, one of the most common things we do is we're born to a mom and a dad. Most common thing everybody experiences in one way or another, right? You're raised by somebody. Sometimes it's not family. Sometimes maybe you were raised in the foster system. That's more and more common, that I find people of my age that have been raised in the foster system. And one of the things that can happen is that if you are bounced around from home to home because you're a child and you have no power, and you're raised in a system that takes away your power very early and does not reinforce self-empowerment at all, and you give your power to all of these people as time goes on, because you have to give them your power with the hope that you will get safety. There's a dynamic in that, right? When you are giving your power for safety, over time, when you are in those age groups where you're trying to vie for your own independence, you're trying to figure out who you are, that can damage your patterning. And it's not forever. You can heal that. That is a healing thing that you can do. But it also requires going back and looking at that grid pattern and forgiving those that had power or perceived power, and forgiving yourself for being a child, forgiving the circumstance, and allowing the lesson to seep through. I have met some amazing, wonderful human beings who have done some amazing work, having been raised in some pretty traumatic, awful circumstances as children. They didn't have a stable home. They didn't have one mom and one dad, and they weren't in the same place, or You know, there are things that I have not experienced that my heart aches for others who have gone through that rending and that really having given up their power for survival and been wounded and physically and emotionally and psychologically abused and spiritually abused. Soul retrieval is they have simplified it in this, which I think is really good. I think everybody could use a little bit of soul retrieval, even if you had a stable family atmosphere. And in many ways, I had a typical middle-class American upbringing. I had the same mom and dad growing up. Now, I had my own things, right? But I didn't have to go through the foster system. I didn't have to go through the adoption system. I didn't have to go through, things that many young people my age and younger have had to go through with the government system. I didn't go to daycare very often, so I didn't have to go through the daycare system. I went through public education. Woohoo! There's a lot of systems that I didn't have to go through that I know people have, and it has really traumatized them. And so there's a part often in these individuals, and I've had friends that have had to go through a lot of work to take back, for lack of a word. Come on, are you going to come up? Are you going to come say hi? Astra? Hey. She has really been enjoying the windows open. Come here. We had some warm weather, and she is really enjoying the back screen door being open. Are you going to come up here? We start opening the house, turning off all the heat and stuff, and we start no, she's gonna go that way. I open the window in the bedroom, so she's been sitting in the window. Anyway, where was I? Soul restoration. So step one is really like just allowing yourself forgiveness, visualizing that grid, really visualizing that you have divine assistance. You have your guides. Some people have healer guides. It's amazing. Some of the most amazing individuals I've met have actual healer guides in their team that help them when they know they're there. They help them heal that. It's an amazing, magnificent thing to see, to hear, to be able to give somebody the gift of knowing that they have a healer guide when they do. It's amazing. And those are the first steps, being aware that you're missing something, being aware that there is something that to be healed, and then doing that inner work first so that when you're ready, you can start working on the detachment of attached cords and siphons and those energetic things that other people's energy can attach into your energy field. And those can be detangled. And then you get to the next layer where you have the things that are kind of hanging on in your energy field that don't belong there. We don't call them, very rarely do I ever call them entities, because they're usually not. They're just these things that take up space in your energy field that are not very good, and get those detached. And then once you have worked on those layers, you find that over time you become more and more who you really are. And who you really are is a powerful, strong, loving light being. And your natural body's energy place of activation, your natural number, is how you filter your world. And when you can come into the place of knowing what your natural number is, and you have worked on the soul retrieval and detached all those things that don't belong to you, they're not yours, and you can do that with love and forgiveness, the power and the beauty and the blessing of the soul revealed is just an amazing process. It's transformative. And when you do that work, I've seen people do that work. I've seen it with my own eyes. It is one of the big reasons that I love doing the work that I do, because I can see people coming into this beautiful, glowing awareness of self, and they are beautiful and they're shining, and it's not fake. It's not this fake place of positive. It's true, it's whole. They still have good days and bad days, but the good days outweigh the bad days, and there isn't this pretend grief that fake positivity gives when they're sad. There's no sadness behind the eyes. Like, the true joy of who they are shines through. And it shines through without subterfuge, without animosity, without fakeness, for lack of a better word. They can be authentically themselves. So I encourage you to do a soul retrieval. It's a really complex topic. It's like a 4-day workshop. I could do a huge, intense workshop on just soul retrieval exercises and what that really means. But this is a very simplified version of that, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And I want to caveat that soul retrieval does not mean that you have given a piece of yourself away. This is just another way of looking at how to hold on to all of who you are through letting go. There was a really good phrase in here. How did it? In the act of forgiveness, you're simply reclaiming the energy from the situation, person, or experience that is at your disposal instead of being trapped by their energy. They will just be released. And the cool part of all of that is time is not linear. Time is multidimensional and a big loopity-loop yarn ball. And what you can let go of and forgive and release and reclaim of yourself cascades through time. And I've had some amazing experiences with people where when they get there, it's multidimensional. I don't even know how. I'm not going to go and explain it again. That's like a 4-day workshop. I could do a soul retrieval workshop. That is its own thing. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow in prayer, and blessed be. Enjoy this Beltane week. Welcome to Daily Devotional, and my little brief clip I'm going to start inserting in all my daily devotionals, which is please hit the like button. If you're going to comment on the videos, please do. It helps the algorithm. And 2, I really, really hope that you enjoy these, and these bring light and love and blessing to your life. And the more that you comment, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, share these with friends, the more it works on the algorithm, and the more that it shows me different videos that you get more out of. And I welcome that communication. Have a blessed day, and I will see you in prayer. Blessed be.